Hey YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be about all the drama of shipping and receiving packages that I've been going through lately, because let me tell you, I have some doozies. I have some things that have happened to me recently that have never happened before. And I have to say, I am not loving it. So if you recall recently, I had the story of the stolen mini Bumbag, and I will link that down below. So that was a whole saga about a package that may or may not have been delivered, and it ended up that the insurance did pay out because the person who received the package or didn't receive the package said that it wasn't delivered, but the post office said it was. It was a whole hot mess. So that situation is not too far back in my memory, and now I have some new situations to deal with. This is the problem when you buy and you sell a lot. So first of all, let me just tell you that my Chanel bag did make it to its destination, and the recipient, who is one of you, absolutely loves it. And so that is something I don't have to worry about. And that was my number one worry out of anything I've shipped ever, that would make it there and be just perfectly fine, and that the recipient would be happy. So that has made it there. My taupe Longchamp Le Pliage Neo Tote has made it to its destination, and I am so happy because now that chapter is done and closed. But let me just tell you that my return to 24S is not so simple. So what has happened is I put the label that they gave me on the package, and I dropped it off at the FedEx hub in a town that's just adjacent to mine. We don't have a FedEx ship center anymore, so if I want to drop off a package and get a receipt, I've got to drop it off at like one of their official drop-off locations, and I think they may be at Walgreens. But what you do is you drop it off, they scan it, and you get a text message in form of the receipt to your phone. But I've always felt safer just dropping it off at the hub, even though I don't get a receipt. Now, I can get a printout of them scanning it, and I've done that before for something that was much more expensive. But when I dropped off the Marc Jacobs and the Coach tote bags, I just dropped them off and they scanned them and they went on their way. And I figured as soon as the item was scanned, I would be good to go. So the item was scanned, and within 2 days, it was at Charles de Gaulle in France, and it has been there since April 27th. I shipped it on the 25th, and then it supposedly arrived there on the 27th. And what's crazy is yesterday, on May 1st, FedEx attempted to deliver a package to me that was signature required, and I didn't have any packages coming from FedEx. So they left a door tag for me, and I went to the hub, which is basically open 24/7. They're super nice there, and they let me pick up packages and hold packages for me there so that I don't have to worry about missing the delivery driver. So I went to the FedEx hub. On the way there, I realized that the tracking number on the package that they had attempted to deliver to me was the exact same tracking number that was given to the package that held the Marc Jacobs and the Coach bag originally when it was delivered to me. So I get there, and the label that I had affixed to the outside in the plastic sleeve had been ripped off. The plastic was like ripped. And the documents that had been inside of that, which included, I think, 3 copies, because when you're shipping internationally, as it goes, they take copies away until it gets to its destination. But all of the copies were gone, so you could see through the torn plastic to the original label, and that is how it made it back to me. If I had not left that label on underneath the label I affixed, it would be lost because there wouldn't have been any markings on it. So I called 24S and I said, what do I do? Because the package is still showing that it's in France, but it is here. And I took pictures of it. I left it with the FedEx hub, and they printed out a scan for me. And they sent me a PDF of the scan showing all the details of the package. So now I have a receipt showing it was here again. So luckily I've got that as proof that it is here, and it is tied to the original tracking number for when it came to me. I hope I'm not confusing you guys a whole lot with this story, because I'm kind of confusing myself. In fact, I'm so confused I need a Diet Dr. Pepper break. Hang on. Diet Dr. Pepper should seriously sponsor me. I might start seeing how many Diet Dr. Peppers will fit in each of my handbags as just a test of how good the handbag is. So back to the story. I contacted 24S. I sent them pictures of the box with the torn label. I talked to them about what to do. FedEx offered just to send it back to the original sender, which would be 24S. 24S told me, don't do that. We'll work it out. We don't want to do a duplicate return, which doesn't make much sense to me, because whatever is sitting in France with the label attached from the return is obviously not the Marc Jacobs and the Coach bag that I sent back. Somehow the label got removed from the package because it's now where I live, and possibly got put on something else. So the good news is that I know where the package is. 24S kind of knows where the package is, although I think they're probably pretty uncertain as to what is tied to each of the tracking labels. Even though I sent them the pictures of the box and all that, it's just still a hot mess. So that is one situation. Another situation is I ordered something from Louis Vuitton with the help of another gal. I ordered a spare part, and it is on the way to me. And on its way, a train derailed. So I got a message from UPS that my package was going to be delayed because of a train derailment. And at first it was going to be delayed one day. Now it's going to be delayed at least 2 days. And I am wondering if my package is okay, because the train literally derailed and the package has not been scanned since then. So I have never had anything like that happen either. It is just absolutely nuts. And whatever happens, but it is crazy in my opinion. The third scenario that happened was that Naomi Crafted, who is an artisan who makes handcrafted bags, mostly out of dust bags from luxury designers, she sent me a package back at the 1st of April. And it went to someplace in China, then someplace in Japan, and it got lost in Japan. And she contacted the center in Japan where the item supposedly has been since April 4th, and it is lost. So she's making me another batch of bags that I can share with you, but the items have gotten lost in Japan. So what is going on? I mean, these are 3 different mail carrying services. We've got FedEx, we've got UPS, and then we've got China Post. All 3 of them have lost or messed up packages. I mean, you can't hardly blame UPS for the train derailment, but you have to admit it is bizarre. So I feel like I'm going through it with all this stuff. I feel like I have balls in the air. I can't use the credit from the pink Louis Vuitton that I purchased. I got a gift card for 24S. I can't use that until the return is processed for the Marc Jacobs and the Coach. And if you don't know the whole story behind that, I will link that Marc Jacobs and Coach video down below. But I kind of want to buy the Marc Jacobs tote back. I would have kept it, but they wouldn't let me apply my gift voucher to it if I returned anything. So I wanted to return one of those 2 bags, and so I would have lost my gift voucher. If I get the credit in time, I can use that, and the bag is one on sale, and I can get it for $94, which would be fabulous, or maybe even less. I'm trying to think. Actually, I think it's less. So it's marked down right now. I can link that bag down below if you're interested. With all the drama, I think I will end up with something pretty, and that is my Mulberry Mini Bayswater in Pigment Blue. I did get a beautiful organizer from Zoomoni for this bag, and I wanted to show you. It's just such a beautiful pop of blue and matches the pigment blue shade so well. And in a small bag like this, it is nice to have the extra pockets to put cards or papers or whatever you want. And then of course the mini Bayswater has its own card slots too. And then I also wanted to show you my pale gray mini Alexa. I picked this one up off eBay all the way from Australia. And when it came, it was a little wavy in the front. It is a lot better, and I think that the way it is now is just naturally how this thick pebbly leather is meant to be on this bag. I think it's supposed to just be a little bit relaxed and sloppy, I guess you could say, but I did get a double-walled insert from Zoomoni, and this is something that I'm doing every time I have a bag with structural issues. Like for example, with my Keep All Extra Small, I do get a double-walled insert. It's just much thicker than the regular one. It does cost a little bit more, but I think it's totally worth it. I mean, you look at the bag now and it's kind of a puddle, which is pretty. I mean, I like it like that too, but I do like it having the structure. So again, there it is with the insert inside. And when I put the items inside, or if I put stuffing inside, the waviness on the front totally fills out. But that's empty except for that double-walled organizer, and it makes such a huge difference. I also have my Mulberry Pink Mini Alexa, kind of, I guess, at the shop. It's supposed to arrive back to me today, and Zoomoni generously sent me this insert for it. Now, this is not a double-walled one because the pink doesn't need that. But since I sent the Mulberry Pink Mini Alexa in to get that snap repaired, I did keep the strap, and I wanted to show you how pretty it's gonna look because this just matches the inside quite perfectly. And so it is gonna be a really nice complement to the outside of the bag. Sometimes it's nice to contrast with the outside of the bag whenever you open it up, but sometimes I really like to just match it, and in these three cases that's what I did. So if you do want to buy an insert from Zoomoni for any of your luxury handbags and also some contemporary ones, I know for sure they also have Marc Jacobs the tote bag inserts. Use my discount code, please. It really helps me out. The code is HBHW20 and it gets you 20% off. I hope you enjoyed this chatty, crazy video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? I really want to make it to 7,000 subscribers. So if you subscribe, it means the world to me. If you want to get in touch, you can reach me on Instagram at The Handbag Housewife, or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I will see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.